So say you're a lawyer, a judge, a registered federal nurse, an employee of the Department of Defense, an associate administrator of counterterrorism and counterproliferation in the U.S. Department of Energy, any federal government job, just any one of those jobs, and say there's a huge budget cut, which in turn leads to worse working conditions and a lower yearly salary. That leaves you in a big giant rut. Naturally, you and your colleagues want to create a labor union and get it known that what that federal agency did to you is wrong. It needed to be fixed. And this, my friends, this is where the Federal Labor Relations Authority comes into play. The FLRA, we are here to sort out your labor relations with your employers. But wait. Let me break this down for you real quick. Essentially, the main role of the FLRA is to be a referee in the federal workplace. It ensures that both the employees and the employers are playing by the rules. So they're all getting along. For example, if Mr. Wheeler and Jacob Collins they're merely just discussing the Tampa Bay Bucks, the person that is preventing Mr. Wheeler from pelting a dodgeball into Jacob Collins' face, that would be the FLRA. They make sure that everything is running smoothly and that there are no complications. In reality, it would be just like my example in the beginning. The FLRA would help workers who felt like they were being treated unfairly and solving the issues to ensure that there are no halts in the federal operation. Keep in mind that these types of jobs are incredibly necessary for the functions of our society. So you can see just how important the FLRA is in preventing any wrenches thrown into the cause. Now, how exactly do they do this, you ask? Well, they do a number of things. First of all, they allow their workers to have a voice. They do this by ensuring that they can form and join unions without any consequence from their employer. People in unions alike could go to the FLRA and file a claim, to which the FLRA will investigate the employers and take action if needed. And they also serve as guidance, such as enforcing labor laws, settling disputes, creating negotiations, creating compromises. Evidently, this agency is incredibly important to the American people, and it ensures that our federal operations are being carried out smoothly. And if you can't see that, then I don't know, pay attention. Don't we love the FLRA? After all this talk about it, you must be dying to know when and why it was created. I'm just so inclined to tell you, and I'm not doing it just because Mr. Willis told me. So, this federal agency was created as part of the Civil Service Reform Act of 1978, which was signed by President Jimmy Carter. Look at him, he's so beautiful. However, to give you a little more understanding about this act, we have to go back. 1883. The Pendleton Civil Service Act, giving all citizens the right to compete for a federal job instead of basing employment off of political affiliation. You see, this was the act that would change federal employment forever. Before this, federal employment was merely based off the spoils system, which essentially was a way for one political party to just hand out government jobs to all their supporters and friends. But now, federal jobs were available to everyone due to the merit system, which is basically their ability to perform the job, literally like any other job hiring, like a McDonald's. By the way, the US hasn't quite fully moved away from the spoils system. Like, as you can see from the presidential cabinet and how the president appoints them, it's still there. Anyways, this new Pendleton Act didn't go without its flaws. The agency that helped them carry out and enforce this new way of employment was called the Civil Service Commission. However, it was extremely limited in what it could actually do. For example, the operations were slow, they couldn't handle work disputes, and they didn't have that much power to hold the agencies accountable for not using the new way of employment. They would simply just ignore the new rules and still pass out jobs based on political stance. All in all, it was ineffective for government operations. And this is where the Civil Service Reform Act of 1978 comes into play. As I explained, it fixes these issues by introducing the FLRA into the spectrum, allowing for more effective government performance. Now, who runs the FLRA? Well, it's headed by a small group of people called the Authority. It consists of 3 positions that are appointed by the president themselves: the chairman, the chief executive, and the administrative officer. Each of these members work full-time and 5-year long-term. Essentially, they work together to run the FLRA. They make decisions of the future of the FLRA, and any of those decisions have to be followed by the federal agencies and the unions. Of course. Now, as of January 3rd, 2023, former President Joe Biden appointed Susan Grenman as the chairman. Now, thank God, she is very experienced in labor law and government service. And she was previously the executive director of the Office of Compliance, which is now the Office of Congressional Workplace Rights, and the chair of the Merit Systems Protection Board. Evidently, her work focuses so much on protecting the rights of workers in the federal system and ensures that there are fair labor practices in federal workplaces. Now, her job as the chairman, which rightfully appointed, includes overseeing the direction, budget, operations of the FLRA, as well as representing the agency in Congress and any other meetings with any other agencies and even the general public. Okay, so a recent event that was important in the FLRA's history and the future of federal workplaces was Executive Order 14119. Now, this was issued by former President Joe Biden on March 6, 2024. This order was put in place to enforce the use of labor management forums. Now you see, forums are essentially committees, and in this case specialize in work disputes and management. This order of forums aims to increase workplace collaboration on solving issues and coming together to form compromises and agreements. Now, the FLRA's role in this order is to guide the formation of forums and training agencies and employees in hopes of greater workplace management. They, as always, resolve any problems if necessary. Now, believe it or not, most of these forums are digital, which, yeah, obviously, in this Look around us. Now, with these being digital, it allows for even more effective problem solving in the workspace. Literally with a click of a button, which with in-person forums, it would have been a lot slower. That being said, this gives us an insight to the future of the FLRA. With everything being digital, the FLRA is going to have to deal with digital problems, not only in-person. For example, work hours for virtual work from home jobs. And this was especially apparent during COVID-19. Is obviously another big thing that's happening right now is AI. FLRA is definitely gonna have to deal with AI. They're gonna have to figure out how to deal with AI and how it's gonna affect the workplace, how to dispute all the problems that come with AI. It's gonna be such a mess, and I'm sure that the FLRA are working currently right now, on these digital disputes, but there's so much that's happening right now. There's a lot. And there you go. A little insight to the Federal Labor Relations Authority. Hope you enjoyed, Mr. Wheeler. Hope that tickled your fancy. Yeah. Good luck. Have fun. God bless. Alright. That's about it. See ya. Alright, I'm done. I'm tired.